right, what up? It's the Extra Point Podcast, back at it again, man. We back at it one more time.
Yes, sir.
In front of your face and all in your space, right? But I appreciate, anybody that's going to be joining on in the next couple, seconds, minutes, man. I'm going to let my homie just go ahead with his introduction right here.
All right, well, as everybody already know, it's Rashad. Once again, you guys can follow me on Twitter, which is Lil G 29_. Once again, that's Lil G 29_ on Twitter. You guys can follow me on there. You guys can catch me on YouTube. Them the main places I be. I have Facebook and Instagram, but I barely be on them. So, it mainly just be a lot more just Twitter and YouTube with me. What about you, man?
And this your boy Tonio, aka Tyrell Artist 404 to the Matic community. His link is down below in the description as well. You can click that, go follow him on Twitter, man, for the football talk. Me, on the other hand, you can click that link down below and, come and get this smoking matter, man. But today, I ain't even gonna sugarcoat it, bro. We got one of the best Atlanta Falcons content creators, one of the funniest mofos. Real, real down to earth dude. He spelled country with a K. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna go ahead and bring on. Y'all might call him Biglowkuntrysports, but I call him Superstar Low, man. So we're gonna go ahead and bring him on. What's up, Bo?
What in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man?
What's going on? How you doing over there? How things going?
Hey, Bo, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, ain't no thing but a chicken wing. If I had some grease, I'd definitely slide you a piece, man. What in the world, man? What's going on with y'all fellas?
So first of all, me and Rashad right here, we appreciate you and we thank you for coming on to the show. We only got like 24 subscribers, so we can't do much for you. So you could have been one of them like, nah, man, they peons, man. We don't want to be on them.
No, man. Hey, first of all, I want to thank y'all for asking me to come on. I definitely appreciate it. In all seriousness, I want to thank y'all. Rashad, thank you so much for supporting the channel, Big Low Country, and Tonio. You already know how we go back, Bo. I definitely want to thank you for everything that you've done for me as well. Much love to you.
Oh, appreciate it, man. You got any words to say?
Oh, I mean,
kick it off.
As far as with Big Low, man, the love, it wasn't gonna never stop, dog. It was gonna always be there, bro. Enjoy your content, enjoy what you be putting out there. I tune in every single time that I get a chance. I throw a couple of here and there, when I can, when I can spare it.
I appreciate it,
man. I love your content, love your thought process on the game, love how you dissect things, love how you break it down. So, man, just getting you on the show is just a blessing in itself.
I definitely appreciate that, my brother. Definitely appreciate it.
And my wife says hi, y'all, and she calls you Hollywood Low. You already know.
What the world? What the world? I don't know what the word
all over, man. Known all over, man. But we came, we did this show today. They get tired of hearing our voice. I'm kidding, but we want to know your perspective on this whole off-season of the Atlanta Falcons. You know what I'm saying? Like the Marcus Mariota, Matt Ryan, Deshaun Watson debacle, all of that, to people leaving, to people coming. And what do you think about the Falcons 2022 season ahead? We want to know everything, so just go ahead and lay it all on out there. And I'm gonna let my partner chime in as well on things. Go ahead,
man. To be completely honest with you, bro, I feel like the Falcons kind of kicked themselves in this offseason. With the going after Deshaun Watson, it not falling through. And now it's like we went to a situation where we might have been able to compete with Deshaun Watson, because we got to remember that there's still a lot of holes on this team. But I mean, I'm hearing all the reports of all the free agents that would have came here with Deshaun Watson. Now ain't none of those people coming at all. So it's like we kind of dead in the water. But I'm finna go ahead and tell y'all something. I feel like this whole Marcus Mariota situation. I feel like it's kind of a placeholder kind of thing, and I don't want to be the guy that says this is one of those cases where the Falcons are just laying over, just turning over for this season. But this whole situation has guaranteed Arthur Smith 2 years. And the reason why I say that is that if he comes out and he goes 4-13, he already has a built-in excuse. He can just say, look at the roster.
Yep.
Right. And then, moving forward, he'll go into next season and we'll see what he'll be able to do with that then. But we know that Arthur Smith is going to be coaching for Atlanta for at least 3 years total. We don't know what's going to happen after that. I really don't like the direction that we're going in as far as free agency with this whole Chicago Bears connection that they got going on. They got players that are coming from Chicago that weren't good in Chicago and thinking that it's going to change here in Atlanta. I don't know if it's, the weather, the lemon pepper wings. I don't know what's going on, but, if you ain't good up there, Bo, you ain't going to change that. But, yeah, there's a lot of issues that I got going on, Bo. So the only thing we can kind of do is wait and see. We got to wait and see what happens in this draft. We got to wait and see,
yes,
if Arthur Smith is the guy everybody says he is. Because
yes,
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I hadn't seen it yet. I ain't seen it yet.
No,
I mean that's just me.
I can agree with that, and I can also agree with as far as the Marcus Mariota situation being a placeholder, because that's potentially what he is.
Yeah,
it says 2 years, but they got an out on it to where really next year is a voidable year.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is, I know that this upcoming quarterback class isn't quote unquote, heavy, what I'm saying, like it was last year, but I've also just taken the back seat on that because I've seen time and time again, them same ones that you say going to be trash coming out, be them same ones that come out and light it up. So you have a lot of holes to fill, which is evident. If they were to go get a quarterback this year, their intent, I feel like their intent will be, okay, this guy's going to be our starter next year. Not right out the gate, no matter who it is, because I know they say Kenny Pickett is the most pro-ready out of all of them. We still don't know that. It's pre-draft speculation. You know what I'm saying? It's just all speculation. I just feel like any guy who comes in as a rookie, should always sit their first year. Now free agency itself has been kind of hit or miss. Like Casey Hayward, I feel like that was a hit. Lorenzo Carter, I feel like that was a hit. But when you got guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know who Damian Bird is. I don't know.
I remember him in Chicago. He was one of those speedster guys. I think he's like 6'1", 6'2", kind of long. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Robbie Anderson. He's a little bit more filled out than Anderson is, because you can break him like a toothpick. But, but he's a speed kind of guy. We all know that you can't kind of like you can't go off of names.
Yeah. I was just my thing is I'm a huge Falcon fan, die hard, but I follow the entire NFL landscape as a whole. People who coming in, people who going out. I do all of that. That was a name that really wasn't too familiar with me, but I know, you can look like trash in one system and then look awesome in another. Now, how different is Arthur Smith and quote unquote Chicago scheme? I really can't say, because you have Ragone here, who you just said designed the plays, but Arthur Smith is the one who's calling the plays. But Ragone is from Chicago, so I'm like, y'all, I feel like you're getting the title one way, but doing something else the other way.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's already that confusion. But just as a whole, just like jumping back on the Deshaun Watson situation you was talking about. Let me give you my take on that.
Real quick. Let me get to the comments, Rick, and I'm gonna let you
go
right back to it. We're just gonna say what's up to Sean right here, Sean the RC mechanic. What's up? Then you got Let's Get It GA. He said he glad that we coming together. You know, talking Falcons football. He loving it, man. Keep it going. Salute to you.
Oh yeah, man. Most love.
And then just remember this question at the end. My wife said, "Do you think you can have your worst season thus far pre-draft?" But go ahead and say what you were saying. Then you can count off on that.
Okay. It was just like with the whole Deshaun Watson situation. Like, I would have to agree with you, Big Low, when you saying Arthur Smith bought himself, 2 more years off of that. But
yeah,
if I'm just gonna go, see, they had already asked Arthur Blank that question. Arthur Blank tried to really bring it in as a collective situation. But if I'm just gonna go off of what it is, I think I really know what happened. I feel like that was more of an Arthur Blank call than a front office call.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That already knowing him, being a ball boy, knowing how good of a football player he is, that played a role. Because if I'm just going to go by how Terry navigates, that don't seem like a Terry type of move.
No.
Because he's already looking at, allegations which we don't know are true or not, but he will be looking at that situation, and then he will be looking at money situation. He'll be looking at backlash situation. He'll be looking at longevity. All those things, come out. Because I'm like, Arthur Blank, you kind of caught yourself. You kind of told on yourself in a sense, because you said what he ended up saying was, it was just, just talking to him, all that, this, that, and the third. Now, I'm not blind by a long shot. And I seen that picture that's going viral on Twitter, where that man got all his brown jerseys laid out, and then you got the Falcon jersey sitting right there, shriveled up.
Yeah.
So, is that an old jersey? It could possibly be. It could be. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, it was more than you just saying, oh, we was just, taking those steps just to see, because the offer had to be on the table. And Houston made that very clear. Now, the backing out came with Atlanta was when word got out that Houston was trying to get AJ Tyrell part of that.
Yeah.
And then not only AJ Tyrell, see, think about it. Carolina got put out the mix because they reached out to Carolina and said, are you going to guarantee his 3rd and 4th years? Carolina said no.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. His camp reached out to Carolina asking, would you guarantee his 3rd and 4th year? And Carolina said no. So that's when his camp reached back out to Carolina and told him, y'all out of the sweepstakes for him.
Wow.
So once you still had New Orleans, kind of hovering in the background, because they owner went down to Atlanta, trying to talk to him. But then, you just had your eyesights on Atlanta. This may happen. So it started getting to the point where the delegation started getting out of the table. They got to a certain number, and that's when Terry cut it off.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm not going past this number.
Right.
And right when he let it be known he wasn't going past that number, Cleveland came back in and said, we're going to give you all that guarantee.
We're going to get it to you. We're going to get it all to you.
Me? My whole thing is, as far as the picks, I don't really care nothing about the picks. As far as giving that up, that money, you lose me right there. You lose me right there. What is it? 5 years,
230 million, fully guaranteed.
Yeah, fully guaranteed. Like, you cut this man, you got to pay him.
That boy got
it's like if you try to avoid that, you got some obstacles you got to go through to try to get.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. The boy came in there. Cleveland came in there like that old school Fabulous and Jagged Edge song. Baby girl, I traded all money, cars, and everything. Oh, I like, what the world? I assume I'm so into you. Like, what? No, we ain't trying to do that, bro.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
I can't do that.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. That boy Deshaun Watson. I was watching somebody. So one of these content creators, man, and they literally said that Sean Watson got that Kevin Durant contract, that NBA contract.
It is. It essentially is. This fully guaranteed. It's not like I'm giving you 5 years, 250 million, 190 guaranteed. No, fully guaranteed every single dollar. Even with the cap shooting through the roof next year, I'm not finna sit on something like that. I can't do that.
I mean, it's like looking back at it in hindsight. I mean, like, would have it felt it? I'm trying to think of a good example. Like, would have it felt good to get Deshaun Watson? It would have been great. You know, the city would have been fully behind it. Yeah. You know, but looking back now in hindsight, it's like it's kind of a good thing that it didn't happen.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
A couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's like if we want to build the team the right way. I mean, because and people were saying this, but you know, we were all kind of ignoring it. Like, but people were saying it, like, so what, you just want to be the East Coast version of the Houston Texans? Like, if we got Deshaun Watson and we traded all those picks away and we didn't have the money, you know, to build a real team around them, we essentially would have been the Houston Texans in Georgia.
Yeah,
it would
have been a double whammy because. In the same sense that you're talking about, I look at it like this. If you give up them picks and you give up that money, you won't be able to build around him, because last time I checked and what I see each and every year, what do all these teams do that got rookie quarterbacks on a rookie contract? They build that team before that guy gets his money. Also, they build that team. I'm putting this team around you. Now, let me see what you can do with all this that I'm finna give you before I decide I want to break the bank on. Like, too.
Yes.
He's proven, but that don't mean nothing to me if I still can't put nothing on the field with you.
Exactly. I mean, I talk about it all the time, Bo. You know, we done seen people ride around them donks. They got that shiny paint sitting on 24s. You know, got 215s in the back. Air conditioning don't work. You know, so it's like, you know, we don't want to be in that situation. We got the quarterback that everybody wants, but we can't block for him. You know, we got the quarterback that everybody wants, but he can never be on the field because the defense can't stop anybody. Like we don't want to be in that situation. No. You look at Patrick Mahomes. It's like Patrick Mahomes is successful because they built that team up before he got there. It's like Alex Smith, you know, and I remember watching those games. I was like, man, Alex Smith, he's okay, but he won't push the ball down the field. But this defense is legit, and they got a good team around them. Yeah. They traded up for Patrick Mahomes. The rest is history. Like, we've seen it multiple times.
I mean, like, I give you a prime example of somebody who's just not that good of a quarterback in my eyes. Look at the Browns situation with Baker Mayfield. Yes. This guy had Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Austin Hooper, David Njoku. Who else he had? He had OBJ, Landry, Donovan Peoples-Jones. He had Garrett on defense, Clowney on defense,
John Johnson,
Denzel Ward. I'm like, dude, I could go on. Top 5 offensive line, top 15 defense, top 3 running game. It's like, dude, I gave you all of this, and you still couldn't make it work.
Still couldn't make it work.
Stars. And you know, he had Kareem Hunt right behind Chubb.
That's what I'm saying. He had Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, they had both of them, man.
Hooper and Njoku. Like, come on, Bo.
You had OBJ, Landry, Donovan Peoples-Jones. Your offensive line was top notch. Your deep man, come on now. Anybody who got Myles Garrett, that's worth a whole line in itself.
Boy, you in there like swimwear, Bo. You trying to clear it up like skincare. I'm gonna tell you something. Another example, the Seattle Seahawks. Like, Seattle Seahawks, they had that squad. They had that Legion of Boom squad. Yeah. And all those guys were there whenever Russell Wilson was on that rookie deal.
Yep.
You know, like that.
Yeah. All those guys were there when Russell Wilson was on that rookie deal. And they extended it as long as they could. Russell Wilson got paid. What happened? Richard Sherman gone. Brandon Brown gone. Yeah, like they had to split it up. You know, next thing you know, they 4 Temptations. They're 4 Temptations bands all over the place. Like Legion Blue just split up. You know, Blue took his squad over here. Otis, they got his squad. Like they all over the place.
Yeah, and then
I should have
like,
thought about that.
Yeah,
like that did happen like that.
I mean, because look at what's going on with Buffalo right now.
Yep.
They building that team with Josh Allen.
Yep.
Yeah.
They building that
They
team
did a
with
good
him.
job, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a very good job. It's like, you know, that's like because that quarterback, we already know that's gonna take up most of your cap.
Yeah.
So when you have that guy on a rookie deal,
your best chance.
not only you got to hit,
you got to
hit on them picks too.
It's now or never. It's now or never. Piss to get out the pot. Because I'm gonna tell you something. That's what the Jaguars are trying to do right now.
Yeah.
Like that's what they're trying to do right now. Yeah. It's like, you know, you see they picking up everybody. Like, first of all, how Christian Kirk get $100 million deal?
Let's talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? They just giving money out, bro. I didn't know AEW was doing that good, but something going on.
Now look, there's no way, shape, fashion, or form that guy should have got that money. Now, before he got his money, the Chargers has re-signed Mike Williams. Now, I know in Mike Williams' deal, his first year, he's making like $23.5 million. Yeah. His first year. But those next 3 to 4 years, you know, it started falling off. It started hitting 19 and then 18. You know, it just started toiling off. It's just like he got most of it up front. Christian Kirk in no way, shape, fashion, or form even deserved that.
No.
21 a year?
Come on, bro.
It's like when I seen that, I said, this wide receiver market finna go crazy.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you, Shy. I went out to the park, started running routes. So I was like, man, he getting paid like that.
Because I seen that, I said, my goodness.
Yeah, man.
My goodness. I was like, you know what? Hey, they crazy enough to give to you.
Let me show you how good I can run this fly route.
Come on, because he got paid, as you know, as a lot of people. But you know, that ain't do nothing but just make the wide receiver market go whoop.
Yup, that's it, bro. That's it. It's tough, man, because it's like now you're gonna have guys like, I know we hadn't touched on this yet, but Calvin Ridley. Let's say Calvin Ridley comes back and gets traded to another team, and he goes for 100 catches, 1,600 yards. Calvin Ridley gonna get broke off.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna get 25 mil easy, especially with the salary cap going on.
What? Okay, well let me ask you this though. Since you brought him up, what do you think Atlanta should do with him if Roger Goodell does reinstate him next year? Because it ain't no guarantee that he will.
Man, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like if you're the Falcons and you keep Calvin Ridley after all of this, you're looking desperate.
Yeah.
You're looking desperate. Like if you decide, if you say, hey, we can make this work, it's time. I mean, in my opinion, I think it's time to move on. It's
Got him. Let him go.
What in the world? I know.
No.
You ain't say that, did you, Terry?
No.
What in the world? But he was paid by Alabama.
You hear the Alabama man?
No, not the Alabama guy said.
I'm a Bama fan, man. But let's be real. Let's be real here. The Falcons got my heart, bro. The Falcons have the largest part in my heart.
Man.
So with I'm a diehard fan of these Falcons, man. So it was a pleasure to see him come from Alabama to the Falcons. You know, like Julio did. He kind of messed me up too. He messed me open the head a little bit too. And then you claim it is mental health, which me and him done sat down on these shows. You have Atlanta Falcons creators all over have said, we don't know if it's true or not. We don't know if it's true or not. We don't know what's happening, which is true. We try to be sympathetic of it. Something might still be going on. But this gambling thing don't make it no good on him. throughout this whole season. That's why I'm like, at this point, with all this that happened, you can't bring him back.
It's a desperate look, like you say. It's a desperate look, like you say, and then it's like, is this the president you really want to set?
Right.
Do you want to set a standard of I'm gonna bring a player back, even though that happened because he had mental health issues. Now, like I said, I was sympathetic through it all the way through it. And I still am to a certain extent. But at the same time, I'm just gonna be like, man, something I don't know what it was. And people can take it like I'm trying to be funny, but something had to be going on. I mean, you're betting with us. That's for one. You want to eye major weapons, so you betting with us.
You're not playing.
That's for one.
And you know you ain't playing.
But two, like you said, we ain't playing. For three, you know we stuck. And I'm like, I'm sitting right there. I'm just trying to gather all that up together. I'm like, man, I know that dude ain't for real. And then, I mean, this what took the cake for me. When I was sitting right there gathering all my information, you did it from your own private cell phone.
Gotta be, man.
And you typed in the name Calvin Ridley. What?
Gotta be something going on with that. What brings it on with the question of you saying that we suck, we do. Calvin really done did what he did. Julio done did what he did. Matt Ryan, we gonna get to that. Matt Ryan is gone. We got a new successor.
What? Okay. I ain't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But I'm gonna interject with the Julio part. Yeah, he got it. He can say he ain't know he was on undisputed all he wants to. He knew it. Because he knew it. But at the same time, you can basically tell that trade talks with him, between him and the team, that happened coming into this new year. Because I think a lot of things switched course when Arthur Blank was saying no one's untouchable. When he was like, Matt Ryan untouchable, Julio Jones untouchable. And then first person they went at was boom, Julio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was already words coming from our front office that a lot of people, including Arthur Smith on the coaching staff, didn't like that Julio wasn't practicing a lot.
Yeah,
they said they was looking at old tape. They was like, hold on, what's going on? So that word's getting back to him.
Exactly.
So he's like, you know what? I'm out of here. Now, hindsight is 2020, so if I'm looking at the situation right now, we did win that trade.
Oh, yeah.
if we just gonna keep it real. But at that same time, it's like I'm not gonna really, hold nothing really over on Julio head because he gave us all he could. He did the best he could. I started looking at him a little sideways when he started hanging out with the Migos and all them. So when I seen that, I said, all right, now this is a bad look. I said, I don't like this look. I don't like this look. So, and Julio, I can forgive him for that. But for Calvin,
well, let's tell Trey Young stay away from him.
I can't do it.
tell Trey
stay away from him.
He like a little like Quavo. It ain't even. Let me clarify that. It ain't even really just the Migos. It's Quavo.
Yeah, Quavo.
Mm-hmm. I see you going into the Hawks locker room. I see you going into the Bulldogs locker room. And now all them times he was cool with Julio, you ain't never seen him come in that Falcons locker room. Because them boys gonna be like, get on up out of here. So if it's a situation where they do go get Malik Willis, he gonna try to come run right on that. Yeah, he gonna try I'm like, man, bro, stay out the sideline, stay away from us. You ain't good luck at all.
Man, I don't know. It's like this whole Julio, and I think about this like all the time. Do y'all realize in 2021, on April the 2nd, 2021, we were going. Well, no, I apologize. After the draft last year in 2021, we were going into the season thinking that we were going to have Matt Ryan, Ooh. Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, Hayden Hurst, Russell Gage.
That's
and now here we are with none of them. Like everybody
You
goes.
see what I'm saying? And I'm like, wait, because think about it. Literally, because it's these people out here in the media world, they quick with it. As soon as Atlanta had drafted Kyle Pitts, they didn't even wait for the whole draft to be over. As soon as they drafted him, literally 30 minutes later, I see a picture pop up on Twitter. They talk about what is the NFL going to do? What is the NFL defense is going to do with this type of offense? They had Kyle Pitts, Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones. I was like, and I'm thinking to myself, because I was on the Justin Fields train. I wanted him back.
Okay.
I wanted Justin Fields. So even when we got Aiden Hurts, when we got Kyle Pitts, I was like, damn. I was like, but I was like, generational talent we dealing with right here. This ain't your ordinary tight end. So I'm like, cool. So that started playing it, but then like that's when the first gut punch came not too long after that. Boom. He talking about I'm out of it. I was like, oh. I'll sit right there looking at that undisputed. Oh, what's going on?
Man, boy. Man, that's one of those cases where it's like we all remember where we were at. Whatever we heard.
You posted the video. I found it from you, and I was like, the fuck going on here? Go out of here. What you mean?
like the first thing was everybody seen him with that Dallas hoodie on. And I was like, I ain't going.
By the way.
Oh,
yeah. What's up, B Whit?
Oh, what's going on, bro? What's going on?
And real quick, let's get it said. When we went out to Deshaun Watson, I think we all knew that Matt Ryan era was over anyway when that news started breaking out like that. But shouts out to you. But go ahead, I ain't mean to cut y'all. We want to check them out real quick. Now go ahead.
No, it was like when I seen the hoodie whole situation. I'm like, that ain't nothing. I was like, I'm pretty sure a lot of players on their spare time, what I'm saying, do stuff like that. I was like, I ain't gonna think nothing of that. But then when what's the name called them, and the whole thing had transpired, and then first thing that's coming out, oh, Julio ain't know he was gonna be on air.
Let's get it right.
Let me tell you something.
To the car.
Let me tell you something. These players may not look at first take undisputed and all that, but they know when these guys are on air.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't tell me when Shannon called you at that point in time, you didn't know that he was live.
First of all, I think that's a lie. If you're dealing with any type of sport, right? Let's say if we was all playing NFL, NBA, whatever, we're gonna be in tune with a lot of those sports, shows, because if you're a big time player, small time player, team, whatever, they gonna be talking about you or talking about it. So, and Uncle Shay, he seemed to be cool, you know what I'm saying? So they already had a pre-relationship. That nigga, sorry about that.
Man, I know Uncle Shan personally, bro. Like I know him. Like him and my dad were good friends. And from what I know, Shan wouldn't call that man and not tell him that he was on the air. I feel like they had that planned out.
That was pre-planned, but in that same token, another reason why I'm not so mad at Julio about that, because I'm gonna just keep it real, because I love my team to death. If I'm gonna lay that blame at anybody's feet, it's gonna be Arthur. Because Arthur told these guys they Falcons for life. Yeah. As an owner, when you open your mouth, when you open your mouth and you say something like that, franchise players like that, almost every player on the team, they're gonna take that to heart. So
I can agree with that.
When Arthur backed up and was like, okay, yeah, those guys are tradable, and then it just seems like Julio looking at, man, they just coming straight after me.
So you
because think about it. He's not looking at it he's not looking at it as like the longevity plan, because the longevity thing, I think people need to realize if we was in a more cap-friendly situation, this is my honest opinion, I don't even think they would have kept Matt Ryan last year.
So do y'all two think in that situation, do you think he should have never said it at first, just in case something like this happened, or you think he should have stuck to his guns with saying that?
I don't think that he can say until the future. So, so I don't think he would have predicted it would have turned out this way. But how you also keep yourself out of that situation, just don't say it. You know, guys are deserving of their contract. You know what I'm saying? You give them their contract.
Right. What you let them feel about it, Lo?
Man, I'm looking at Let's Get It comment on. He said he watched the Julio thing live at work. He said he almost fell out of his chair. He actually sent it to me whenever it happened. So he told me about it.
Oh, but, imagine being an Alabama fan, y'all.
Yeah, I know you
would.
You just walk around crying naked, wasn't you?
Clothes back on. Got me naked all year. Yeah, let me put my clothes back on.
Just walk around naked, just crying.
I was really back on, man. Just crying. Go ahead.
I feel like I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I feel like Arthur Blank kind of Jerry Jones himself, you know, with this whole situation. And he's been Jerry Jones and us for the last 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah,
like he talks a little bit too much. Like, you know, he's a great guy and everything, but that's like you got to let the people who's managing the team manage the team. You know, you could show up, smile, shake the hands, and kiss the babies, or you could shake the babies and kiss the hands. But it's one of those situations where, you know, you still want to make sure that you let the people who you paid, who you delegated to take care of those responsibilities, take care of those responsibilities. You can say behind the closed doors, you know, when you talking to your grandkids, like, oh yeah, Julio, he'll always be here. But don't go out into the public and say, hey, you know, Julio, he'll be a Falcon for life, because now he has all the power.
Yes.
You know, now it's like, oh, okay, I'm a Falcon for life. I ain't practicing. I ain't gonna we get to the goal line. I ain't finna play. I just gonna come out the game. Like that's what he's gonna do. You know,
I didn't think about that. That's a good point, man. If somebody at my job would be like, "Oh, you're gonna be at USG for life," or you know, be somewhere for life, that person gonna be like, "Okay, no matter what I do wrong, I can come back late on break. I can do anything I want to. They ain't gonna find me."
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what you'll be thinking.
That's what you'll be thinking, and you get that slip. You're like,
then you get that new manager that comes in, and he's like, "Hey, wait a minute, like what's up with this?"
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now.
What happened?
A lot of these players from the last regime. That's why a lot of them don't like Terry or Arthur, and the reason that being is because at that table with Terry, when you finna negotiate, he ain't going for nothing.
Oh no, he don't play.
Terry basically just sitting right here and let you know he ain't going for nothing. And Arthur, people speaking on his attitude now for the longest. What's the main thing that's been going around his fan base? Like when we had Dan Quinn. He's too nice. He want to be the players. He want to be the players' friends instead of their coach. He's too nice. He's too much of a nice guy. Now that we got someone here who's on the other side of the fence, who's you know, some people call him a jerk. They call him mean. They call him nasty. I'm like, ain't this what we've been asking for?
He a football coach.
Yeah. At the end of the day, he letting y'all know, okay, yeah. See, people thought it was a stunt when he pulled that off at practice until they start really getting into who he was. That's who he is. So nonsense, he's not going for it. All that play, he not going for it. He wants you to put your best foot forward. You mess up, you coming off that field. I'm not dapping you up when you come to the sideline when you mess up.
Now you tell me, Lo, you used to be a coach. What was it, high school?
Yeah.
So would you? How do you see players? I guess you say interact, or you know, differences of when they have the coach that's hard nosed on them, or the coach that's more like just like laid back, like whatever. Don't you see the difference in the effort on the field?
Well, one thing that people have to realize, first of all, is that you got different types of coaches.
Yeah,
right? You got your players coach, and then you got your hard nosed coach. But the thing where a lot of coaches fail is that coaches try to be one way with the whole team. So if you're the lovable coach that everybody loves, and you got a guy out here that's very talented, but he's not applying himself to the best of his ability, then he's going to keep doing that because you're being the lovable guy with everybody. You have to coach players individually.
Yes.
Now, the issue with Arthur Smith and Dan Quinn is that we're on two sides of the spectrum. It's like, yeah, Dan Quinn, he was very nice and everything, and a lot of people loved him, and it didn't work. But on the other side, Arthur Smith, it's like he's going to continue to be a situation where if he doesn't, because the thing is that if you're a coach who wants to be hard-nosed and it's your way or the highway, you can do that only if you're smart enough, only if you're a winner, right? Because Bill Belichick, he's that guy.
Yes.
Like Bill Belichick, he doesn't play those games. It's like it's his way or the highway. But Bill Belichick wins.
He got the resume.
He has the resume. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Arians and Andy Reid, they're the lovable guys. They're the guys that people love. They win. Right? Now, Arthur Smith, it's like, don't nobody hate a jerk that's not good. You can be a jerk as much as you want to, but if you're not good at what you do, you just gonna be hated even more. So it's like if you come in and you want to be the jerk and you want to be the guy who's, oh man, this is my way or the highway, and your way isn't working, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna lose the locker room.
What you think about that?
No, I can agree with that totally. My thing is, seeing how that's who he is coming through the door. I think he's already trying to set that precedent to where folks know that's who he is. Now, yes, last season went the way it went, but even with the strength of the schedule, who really saw a winning season once everything unfolded the way it did?
Yeah.
That's I don't care who you are. That's asking for a lot.
It's tough, bro. It's tough.
Yeah, that's asking for a lot. So I will keep that same mentality that you have and apply that moving forward. Because if that's who you're going to be, Arthur Smith, I'm going to need to see something this year. Because last year was the benefit of the doubt. Negative $30 million in the cap. Y'all got hired when y'all got hired. Y'all didn't make it to the senior day. Y'all didn't make it to what was that? The Senior Bowl? No, the Senior Bowl. Yeah, they didn't make it to the Senior Bowl.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Who wasn't at the Senior Bowl?
What? It was the Senior Bowl, wasn't it? Yeah, last year. Last year, Terry.
They didn't go to the Senior Bowl last year?
I'm gonna tell you, when they got hired last year, because Terry came out and told us this back around right when the combine was going to get started. He got on live television. And he said he had his bags packed, ready to go to the Senior Bowl. He had the car loaded up and all that. On his way to the Senior Bowl, him and Arthur Smith reached out to each other, and it was like Arthur Smith was at the facility still trying to get his whole coaching staff put together as far as the guys he gonna bring in, the guys who leaving. He said he changed course, turned around, went directly to Flowery Branch to help Arthur Smith out with that. And they missed the Senior Bowl as a whole because of that.
Oh my God.
Which is
yeah.
So you telling me?
Hey, go ahead.
So you telling me that they didn't? You're $30 million over the cap. You can't get free agents, so you have to build through the draft. And it's a situation where you didn't go to the Senior Bowl, so you could hire Doug Ragone. This is what you're telling me. Please don't tell me.
That's what. See, Arthur didn't say that. Terry came out and said that because it was already known that Arthur wasn't going.
Oh my God.
So Terry literally said he was on his way there. When he found that out, he switched course and went straight to Flowery Branch to help him out with that situation, which I felt at that time, why? If he the coach, He go ahead and pick the guys who he want. Let him do it.
Exactly.
And this is one thing I can say about Dan Quinn. Whenever he came to the Falcons, he already had his coaching staff. Like he had his coaching staff established already.
He had his coaching staff in advance.
Yeah.
Bo, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm this close to calling Terry Fontenot 00504. I'm just close to calling him.
A secret agent for the
I think he might be a secret agent for the A's, Bo. I'm telling you.
Hey, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I believe his leash is shorter than Arthur's because a lot. Now, the only thing I want to know is we still have someone in that front office who I can't stand. And if you would like to know who that person is, that's Rich McKay.
And it's going to be a lot of cussing on my end this season. We already know that, boy.
Now,
we already know that.
Word on the street, because I don't know if you knew this, but you know, Rich McKay contract runs out in June.
Yeah.
So
June of this year.
Okay.
Now, we all know when is the draft? The back end of April. So we know, of course, you know, he don't make no picks. But I heard last year, I don't know how true it is, but word on the street was that even though Terry is the general manager and then, you know, Arthur the head coach and all that, I heard they're still supposed to make their decisions and all that delegated through him. And the reason why I feel like there's some validity to that truth, because Arthur Blank, the other JJ said, yeah, he said me. He was like, yeah, me and Rich. Yeah, me and Rich McKay, you know, it was all a collective effort of going after the show. I'm like, wait, hold on. Why is he getting involved in anything? As far as about what we finna about, as far as what we're gonna put on this field, he should have been
bro.
Why do he have any dealings,
bro? The same reason why Rich McKay is still here. Y'all don't realize Rich McKay is gonna be the next commissioner of the NFL whenever your boy
Roger,
whenever Roger Goodell steps down. So it's like,
school me on that. How y'all know that? How y'all?
Because that's what everybody's saying. Like it's out there in the water, bro. It's out there in the water. Everybody's saying Rich McKay is most likely going to be the next commissioner of the NFL whenever Roger Goodell. I mean, basically, it's one of those cases where they're just trying to make sure that the relationship is there, and they don't want to end things off on bad terms because that's going to mean money in the future. Like that could possibly be a Super Bowl in Atlanta in the future. That could possibly be a draft in Atlanta in the future. Like, so moving forward, that's the only reason why Rich is still here.
And if they do a Super Bowl in Atlanta, I know this is all our topic.
I mean, they done one,
but can we please not get no Maroon 5 again? Like, Rich McKay been in Atlanta long enough, man. We need some better entertainers than that. But go ahead. I know that's all talking about. I had to get it off my chest to get somebody from out there watching.
I never,
you go ahead with that.
I never understood that. So
well, go ahead. How y'all feel about Rich McKay, man? How y'all feel?
I've been feeling the same way. I've been feeling about him for a very long time. I think he needs to go. And the sad part of it is I feel like the closer they get time to that contract being up, you're gonna hear about an extension.
Oh yeah.
And that's the last thing I want to hear, because the simple fact that is out there that he might be the next commissioner, Arthur Blank gonna be trying to look at keeping that good faith. Because one thing I've been harping on, because like I seen the draft in Tennessee, which was awesome. I seen the draft in Tennessee, seen it out there in Dallas. I've been watching all the drafts, and then I thought to myself, I said, what about a draft in Atlanta? Well, and I was like, okay, where could it be hosted at? And I'm like, wait, hold on. Then Jerry had that in Jerry World.
Yeah.
So I was like, they can do that inside the state. The very first time I thought about it, I thought about something off the wall. I was like, man, shit, they can have it at Centennial Park.
That's what I was thinking too.
Not a good
idea. That first thing crossed my mind too. I was like, wait a minute, they do it still? Nah, that ain't gonna
I was like, that'd be a good look. You got the aquarium in the backside. I was like, you see the little thing. I thought about it. I was like, all of that plus the traffic Atlanta already has. No. I was like, if they have it in Atlanta, have it at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And I feel like that the draft in Atlanta would be awesome.
Huge. It'll be huge.
It's just security gonna be on high alert.
Oh yeah,
because we know how downtown gets.
You know how downtown get, bro. It's gonna.
I mean, they right around the corner from the bluff, and that ain't
exactly.
Good. Exactly. You don't want the draft extending out back around that way.
Summer Hill ain't too far.
Summer Hill, right?
Hill ain't too far.
Yeah, you cross there. Summer Hill right over there. So I was like, just happy what in Atlanta.
That'd be awesome, though.
We need.
Like I just asked myself a couple of days ago, like, why we don't never have one in Atlanta? One of the major marketed city in the United States now.
Because I think, matter of fact, I'm lost. What the draft at this year?
What the draft?
In Vegas. I'm probably gonna be there too. It's in Vegas.
Oh, it's in Vegas.
Man, you better go live from Vegas. In the draft, I don't care what they say. But now at least like show a couple of like videos.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like what we had already said on draft day, like maybe about 10 minutes prior to the draft, we going live and we're just gonna take it through that whole first round. So people I've been already telling people this, you finna get straight raw emotion if we do some bananas at number 8 pick.
Y'all gonna hear our kids, our wife, we're gonna be cussing and fussing. My wife gonna be cussing and fussing about the Saints, saying, "Who is this?
Who this? Who this? Who this said?"
My wife said, "Bluffs." Nah, yeah, the bluff right down the street from there.
Don't go around it.
Yeah, kids and all, don't go around there. Don't go behind that stadium. If you get to the Vine City train station, you went too far.
Yeah, you might want to go back over there with a CNN. So
what is your feeling about Rich McKay, man? I never asked you this.
I feel like Rich McKay, I feel like he's still living off of what happened in Tampa Bay 20 years ago, to be completely honest with you. I think it's one of those cases where, the front office, the front office has been inept. Just like I was saying earlier, just last year, we were talking about having Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones, Kyle Pitts, Hayden Hurst, and Matt Ryan. And now we're standing in the middle of the living room like the last scene of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and nobody else is in here no more.
You know what? You know what? By you bringing that up again, let me ask you this, because that puts a thought in my brain. Obviously, they knew about this whole situation about Julio was going to get traded. Do you think they forced their hand in going to get Pitts in the draft?
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely feel like it did. And it's one of those cases where I mean, look at it, bro. It's like we were like last in the league the year before last in getting to the quarterback, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we were terrible at pass blocking the year before last too, right?
Yeah.
What's a tight end gonna fix in that situation? The only reason they drafted Kyle Pitts is because he was a generational talent. Julio Jones was gone. They were saying, okay, well, we want to see the ball fly across the air. Let's go ahead and get Kyle Pitts so we can still have some excitement in the city. And if it's one of those cases where I felt like they believed in Arthur Smith a little bit too much, and they thought that he was going to be able to coach these guys up to have an offense as productive as the Tennessee Titans. But one big thing that we don't have in Atlanta that they have in Tennessee is a boy that wears number 22. That's about 250 pounds. That makes a huge difference.
Yep.
Hey, y'all going to get Brian Robinson Jr. I'm kidding. But yeah, that's right, man. Like, let's be honest. We don't have that team that Tennessee, has that guy like that.
They had a nasty O-line. And that man can tote the rock as many times as he can. And then the longer the game goes, when that defense wearing down, he just getting stronger. He puts you in that mind state of Michael Turner when we first got him. Remember when that fourth quarter hit That defense got their hands on their hips, and Michael Turner just licking at the chops, just ready for you to put the ball in his hands.
Exactly.
I'm talking about a run. I'm talking about a run through you. So like that's why I'm trying to figure out like, you know what it is they're gonna see. Cause like last year, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let last year be last year. Let me see. Cause I knew money was gonna be tight again, but I was like, I want to see what y'all gonna do in the draft this go around. Because as it stands today, you got 5 picks in the first 2 days.
Yeah.
You want my honest opinion? Because that's first, second, and third. My honest opinion, them better all be starters.
You don't have to be. What in the world, boy? You better not come talking about the backups.
Them better all be starters.
You got a point there, Martin, bro. Like we don't have no time to wait for people to what they call player development.
Yeah,
bringing people along. We need people like.
And the reason why I say that, I'm gonna put you in the mindset of somebody in our division right now, Carolina. I know a lot of people in our fan base think Carolina gonna pull a Malik Willis. If Carolina pulls Malik Willis, Matt Rule is getting fired. You want to know why? It's because they've had a team for the longest. They don't have no time to be developing the quarterback.
Right.
None. He don't, because what did he say? It always take him 3 years. You're going into your 3rd year now. You have no room to be, I'm going to get him and let him sit for you. You have no room to develop a quarterback or swing and miss at another quarterback.
No.
You got to hit the ground. Running. That's why I was like, yeah, he's somebody who could potentially fall. But I'm like, with us, we depleted. Depleted. So with you having them 5 picks in them first 2 days, they do need to all be starters because you got holes.
Yeah.
You got holes. You got holes, and I'm like, in most of them, a majority of those holes that we do have, we all know it's on defense.
You said it too. Preach, man. Their asses better be able to contribute immediately. Day one.
Yeah. We know where most of our defenses is at on defense. Yeah, we have. Now, I'm not going to disregard the offense, but we have a lot on defense because let's just be honest. We're going to take it there. We got Grady Jarrett, and we don't know what's going to go on with that. We don't know because there's word that extension is out there. It's in his ball court, what he's going to want to do. And I'm trying to tell people, yeah, that may be the case, but who says he wants to stay for a rebuild? Because if I'm not mistaken, Grady Jarrett is either 28 or 29. I think he's 28.
I'm gonna look it up.
I believe he's 28. So who's to say he wants to stay for a rebuild? Now, I will tell you this. If he don't, I'm sorry, but you ain't finna Matt Ryan me in that situation.
Exactly.
You ain't
28
years old, y'all. 28.
28.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't finna give me no 3rd for him.
No.
Sir.
No, sir. No, sir. Can't do it.
That one right there get traded. If it's a 3rd in there, it better be because that's a conditional pick.
Yeah.
Along in there with that 2nd that you gave me.
Hello. You ain't never.
Because my thing is, you either giving me a 2nd and a 3rd this year. I don't want nothing next year. Or you giving me outright a 1st.
First.
You outright. And I'm gonna tell you, if there's any team that I'm keeping my eyes on as far as that, is them Chargers.
Yes.
I'm keeping. Yeah.
Yes.
Now
they going for it, bro. They going for it right now.
Yes.
They going for it.
Yes. Because they already being mocked to guys like Jordan Davis, because we all got in our mind that Jordan is gonna fall that far.
Yeah.
But if you can already get a proven guy in Grady Jarrett, who's still 28, you putting on that line with Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack and what his name is, Tomo, whatever the other guy name is, that they got on their D line, and then that secondary with Derwin James, J.C. Jackson, Asante Samuel Jr.
So they taking a rounds approach.
You got Kenneth Murray at linebacker. You can get another one with him. Like, why not?
They taking a rounds approach.
Why not? And I'm like, that's
the Rams be like F them draft picks too.
Yeah. I mean, because That's Sean McVay, man. Sean McVay is
Sean McVay is a genius.
Yeah,
he that dude, bro.
The thing there, I just can't do things like that.
He's that guy.
Like my whole thing is, we already know how the Shanahan tree go. One thing that just kind of blew my mind when he was here was they interviewed what's his name? He was on the
floor.
They interviewed what's his name? They interviewed Shanahan right hand. Yeah, LaFleur.
Yeah.
They interviewed him and they still let him walk.
They let that man walk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this man followed Shanahan from Houston to Washington, from Cleveland. He followed him he know that man's system like Shanahan do. And I'm like,
got the same playbook.
And I was like, so you let him walk, but you hire Sarkisian to run Shanahan offense.
Y'all move.
Boy.
And then in Sarkisian's second year, he lightened it up.
Yeah.
You let him walk, and you went back and got Dirk Cutter.
Yeah.
I was like, boy, if I don't know. Now, word on the street is that Dirk Cutter call when Quinn called.
I heard that.
The Dirk Cutter call was TD.
Mm-hmm.
Quinn wanted Kubiak.
Gary Kubiak.
Denver
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
Yeah. Denver blocked that. But right after we interviewed Cutter, not too long after that, Denver pulled that block off, and Minnesota went and got Kubiak. Quinn, they already said it was set in stone. He didn't want Dirk Cutter. I didn't want Dirk Cutter.
I didn't want Dirk Cutter either.
I'm like, because the options was Dirk Cutter for some odd reason. The other guy that was out there in Seattle, I didn't like him neither.
No, I know what you're talking about.
That OG. No. Yeah, I didn't like him either. And then Kubiak, but then they blocked Kubiak. I'm like, man, keep Sarkisian. What he getting relieved to his duties for? Second year, it was awesome. Like in 2017, Marco Emmanuel had that defense stomping.
Yeah.
Make sure I let him go now. Why you let him go when 2018 they got depleted? Neil went out. Deion Jones went out.
Everybody.
Everybody got hurt.
Everybody got hurt.
Every single body got hurt.
That was a tough season, boy.
And then he get relieved to his dude. I was like, man,
they should gave him another year.
Yeah.
That was messed up.
I mean, but y'all do realize though, guys, y'all realize that this draft is now or never for the Falcons, right?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Y'all realize that.
I said in between this draft and the next draft, but go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying. So if Terry Fontenot, if he's not 00504, and he don't mess us up, we'll be fine. But if him and Arthur Smith make a handful of bad decisions, we're gonna be stuck, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're gonna be looking legit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We got $100 million in cap space, but one bad contract, that's gonna be a fourth or a third of that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's tough.
Cause like I'm just saying, like even with the picks I was telling you about in the first 2 days, you really got to take something like this into consideration. Okay, you at number 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then your second round pick is 43.
Mm-hmm.
15 picks later, 58.
Mm-hmm.
Then you picking at 74.
Mm-hmm.
A couple picks after that, 82.
Mm-hmm.
You need, and I'm going to keep stressing this. You need 5 starters out of that situation. It shouldn't be nobody coming in no backup position. I don't need no. Oh, I know when they got this, so he can battle it out with him, hoping that he starts. Excuse me.
We don't need none of that.
Whatever, like if you bring in a running back, shouldn't nobody on that depth chart top him.
Exactly.
Damian Williams shouldn't top him. Cordell is your X-man.
Oh,
Mike Davis.
Topping Mike Davis.
I don't know what's going on with that. he's throwing so many different little emotions. I think his thing was for 2 years, but I don't.
Yeah.
And then
I
they re-signed Odyssey.
I think that could be your starter, honestly.
So I'm like, if you want to add Cordell into that mix, because that's where they had him stationed at, that's 4 backs. But I believe last year when training camp rolled around, we had like 6 of them.
Yeah, we had a lot of them.
Yeah, so I would hope, because let's just be honest, the youngest one in that room is Quadre Olison, because Damian Williams 29, Cordell Patterson is like 31, and I believe 31. Mike Davis is like 31 or something like that too.
I think he's 30, I think.
Yeah, like 30 or 30. So I'm like, your youngest one is the one who y'all playing Ring Around the Rosy with. So you need to go get one in this draft. Oh, and another thing, I need all these analysts to stop that talk. Oh, they're going to get Garrett Wilson at 8. They're going to get Trayvon Burks at 8. They're going to get Drake London at 8. What? I don't care. I don't care how depleted that wide receiver room is. You can't nobody justify getting a wide receiver, even in the top 15, if we're going to be honest.
No. I can't.
Even if your guy Jameson Williams was fully healthy, I'm still not taking him at 8.
I ain't taking Jameson Williams, period. He came from Alabama. I'm sorry, Tyrell, this 4-4. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Low, I can't do it. Not at 8.
Would you take Mitchie then?
Huh? I take Mitchie. But if he transferred to the University of Georgia first, I'd take
Don't be pulling that card, man. Don't be pulling that card, man. My 2 wide receivers is on fire, man. But I do agree we've been through enough Alabama wide receivers. Real quick, what's up, Twisted Torch? Hey, man, that's my dog right there, man.
Twisted Torch.
Channel 2. And he said, what it do? Big Low is in the building. That's
Twisted Torch, man. Girl, you got me twisted over you.
Hey, nah. I gotta do one for you too, because if you are what you say you are, Superstar Low in the building.
I don't know about that one, boy.
Then let's get it said though. And the most underrated move out of all the coaches we let go, Marco Emmanuel, was that dude. It also, the last time we had a top 10 defense, y'all just spoke on that.
2017. Yep. 2017. Defense was ranked number 8 that year.
Yeah.
Keanu Neal dropped that interception. He tried to knee the ball.
Man, look, that play happened so fast. I was trying to figure out what happened. Then when they showed the replay, I said, I know you ain't. I know you're not for real. I know you're not for real.
Whenever that happened, I said it's over.
The game was over. The game was practically over at that point until
right before halftime. I said, well,
when that happened, I said, I was like, we always on the wrong end of a lot. It be getting you frustrated at times.
He said, I'm gonna say it again. For all time for a new sheriff, man, whatever.
No. We're not gonna start that.
Go win you by 6 more.
Because I'm gonna thrash it on the show.
Go win by 6 more. Go win by 6 more. Then come.
It's all about what have you done for me lately, Eddie? That's what it's all about, man. Who won the championship last year? Who won the championship last year, Tom?
Hey, what?
Who won it last year?
Who won it last year? That's all I want to know.
It took 2 of our wide receivers to go down, man. 2 of them. Jameson Williams the one to keeping us in the game, man.
So if was a fifth, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. You talking about if he would have played?
When he went down, that's when your team seen the team.
Man, come on, man.
It didn't look the same, man.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If Tom Brady would have got hurt when we played him in the Super Bowl, would you have been like, oh, we only won because he got hurt?
Hell no.
Okay. Okay, then.
Yeah, man. It was just I don't know what to say about these Alabama.
Just hold that L with dignity, man. That's what you need to do.
Oh, we don't hold L's over
hold
here.
That L with dignity, man.
You seen when niggas say when it did after that, we got all them top recruits, and I ain't even saying not recruits from the transfer portal. He ain't playing that. He ain't trying to have that again.
Okay, what? He ain't trying to have it, but he gonna have it.
Man,
Exactly.
whatever. You don't even believe that.
There's a lot of things I ain't trying to have, but I got to deal with.
Tell you something. You get ready to see that third generation. No, the fourth generation of that Manning on that bulldog side. Line y'all up from pillar to because that's with daddy.
Is he in college already?
I think so.
Man,
I think after this season coming up,
if it ain't 20,
because Stetson he gonna play this season.
No, I think.
Oh, you talking where he going?
Yeah.
Ole Miss,
Georgia.
Oh, he was y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fresh meat then.
You think
That's fresh meat. That's fresh meat. He ain't using that college level. That's fresh meat.
You think it is? You think it is?
Pain coming.
Anyway,
Pain coming.
Get ready for
it. Anyway, man. A whole dynasty here with a Hall of Fame coach.
Oh Lord.
At the helm, man.
Here we go, boy.
Hall of Fame coach who just lost.
Built by Bama, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Lost by
Stetson,
Bama.
look, let's get it. Look, let's get it. Just said in the comments, Stetson Bennett beat y'all. So what you think Arch gonna do? Stetson Bennett beat y'all, man.
Hold on here.
What you think Arch gonna do to you?
Stetson Bennett.
Hold on here.
Stetson Bennett.
No. Don't act like y'all was all Stetson Bennett fans, man.
It don't matter.
Y'all
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like I was like, man, Stetson Bennett.
JT up out of here though.
I know.
JT up out of here.
But all jokes aside, man, when they won, low, I was the first person to call.
He was.
Congrats. No shade, no troll. But I say, just win about 6 more.
Oh, Lord.
You might be in that conversation.
What I'm saying is for the 2021 season, there's only one champion. And Alabama wasn't one of them. So at the end of the day, we gotta go what we got, bro.
Now come on, now. Like
I give it to y'all though.
We've been wanting this
Georgia Bulldogs, all day, bro. You know what time it is.
Cause let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Lo, and he gonna attest to this too.
Yeah.
When these birds get one, you ain't telling me nothing. Man. I don't care if you got 7 of them. Exactly. You ain't telling me nothing.
Exactly.
You ain't telling me nothing.
Oh, no.
It's going down, boy. It's going down.
Hey, we already said, bro. We don't care how we get into Atlanta, bro. We coming up there. As soon as that happens, gonna be like, look, y'all gonna be short for like a week or 2.
So, man, look here, man. That's I don't never cry over sports. That one might get me.
So let me ask this question to you, Lo, and to you as well.
Okay.
Y'all already said that we're gonna have to hit on this draft like heavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What does it take for Arthur Smith and Terry Farnett from turning this team into a disaster to it might be a Cinderella team? Because I just feel like we don't know what's gonna happen this year. We don't. We all gonna say we gonna suck, or whatever. But what if they really get into these teams' chests and be like, all right, we know we ain't the most talented, but we here. Like it's like. And then what do we got to do to get back to the playoffs too?
I'm sensing a trend here, starting with free agency. They bringing in guys who quote unquote have chips on their shoulder, or who had to sit down. Because another trend I had caught on too, because I was advocating hard on getting Tyrell and Evans, but this is the only thing. This trend just broke the other day. Think about it. Everyone who was visiting us didn't sign. Anytime we had a signing, it was out the blue. Everybody that it was quote unquote such and such when it was like Landry visiting the Falcons, Traquan Smith visiting the Falcons.
So what happened with Evans?
I don't know. I think he's still making his rounds because Torrey, the other one, I just heard he was visiting with Jacksonville yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they about to get naked.
But think about it. Last week Evans was visiting
Yeah.
with Jacksonville. And then he still made his way to Atlanta. Now, it's only one person so far that visited with us, but actually ended up signing. And that was Bird, the one I was telling you I'm not familiar with. Because he visited with us the same day Evans did. And then they end up signing him like 2 days. When they signed him yesterday or something like that? Was it yesterday?
The day before yesterday, I think.
Day before yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
day before, I believe.
So that's when that trend right there was broken. But I also know, the type of money. Really ain't got money like that. And I don't know what these guys, quote unquote, are asking for. But going back to the original situation, that's me personally, those 5 picks, you got to hit. I'm not telling you to hit on all 9 because let's just be honest, 4th and 5th round and 6th round, that's a crapshoot. From that point on. But let's not be belittle the situation. You can find legitimate day 1 starters in the 3rd round.
Oh yeah,
possibly before.
And 2nd rounders are potentially 1st rounders.
Really?
Think about it. They really grabbing them guys because they had maybe one person higher on their board than that person. So they targeting. Let's see if he gonna be there in the 2nd round. So I'm like, I just feel like those first 5, you gotta hit on them. You gotta hit the first. That's me. You gotta hit on them first. What do you say?
Man, Padres, shut up, man. Padres say, I swear, Terrence sound just like and this guy right here would tell you, ironically, that's my favorite route.
Yep.
That's my favorite route.
Yep.
My favorite duo. Put it out like that. My favorite 2. The top 5 gonna be Outkast. Him and Big Boy. So
Andre 3K.
I appreciate that, Sean. I appreciate that. Now we got let's get it right back around the block, saying that everything has to go right. Development is going to be the key with the players we have. McCann, Walker, there's one guy, Richie Grant, another guy you named, and the other young guys have to take that next step. So my question to y'all is, I'm gonna kick it out to you first, Lo, and kick it out to him. Is the development right? It had to be from both sides, right? From the coach, is it more so on the coach? Is it more so on the players? Or do we got to meet each other halfway and be like, all right?
I mean, that's the thing, bro. It's like we got to remember, like these coaches, they don't run sub 540s. They can't bench press 225 pounds more than 10 times. It's like the only reason they're making millions of dollars a year is because they're good enough to coach NFL players, right? So it has to start with the coaching, and it's like, and not just the coaching, but the front office. Like we need a franchise reset. So it's like you got, just like Rashad said, you got all these people that's coming in to visit with us, but we can't get them to stay and sign. It's because of a reason. It's like we're slowly starting to turn into the Cincinnati Bengals. We're slowly starting to turn into the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's like we're starting to become that team that people only come to whenever the other team just didn't sign them. So it's like it has to start there, and then like players, whenever they got to show up and show out. If they want to, all these deals that we're signing are 1 and 2 year deals.
Yep.
Everybody's trying to prove themselves.
Yep.
You can't say Cincinnati no more.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, look at when the last time they were there.
I understand what you're saying.
Like the 85, like 80, 86, whatever. It's like for a long time, it's like they were that team where everybody in the league know that they had a terrible front office. Their president didn't care if they won or lost. He was just trying to make money.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
The only difference is that Arthur Blank, he wants to win.
Yes.
But unfortunately, he Jerry Jones and he started Jerry Jones himself.
Yeah, it's like,
hey Tom, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor and say, I CC'd every girl that I CC round time for me, right?
I CC'd every girl that I CC round time. I hate to see her frown, but I'd rather see her smile.
Keep your heart 3 stacks.
Man, it's a classic, man. Well, first of all, I'm gonna let you kick off. Retaliate to what he just said.
I agree. Just like how you said, like Arthur Blank is slowly, he's Jerry Jones and himself, because I'm gonna hit one particular situation, and I think you brought this up, Bigelow. This is 2 or 3 weeks ago. Everybody already know next year flooded in cap space. If I'm not mistaken, I think like 130 million. Last time I checked, Jacksonville had that every year. No, you had those couple teams that had that every year. But what does it really amount to? You're either going to have legitimate players coming to you, or you're going to have players who's looking for that big payday.
Yep.
Who don't care about nothing else. So I'm like, you got to set a precedent starting this year that you're all about winning. I mean, because we all know we got a general manager, who's not going to fold at the table. Right. But also, I want to know I got a general manager where you ain't going to let no guy go out the door, you know what I'm saying, for pennies, when this a player who gonna contribute and gonna do what everything that they got to do. Like, my thing is, like, I was kind of looking sideways when I found out what New Orleans gave Traquan. Now, could that have been a situation where free agency has gotten too long now, and he just took whatever they first offered him?
Could be.
Because I'm like, what was the negotiation? Because they said we just couldn't meet at the negotiation table. They were saying, just the numbers weren't meeting. So I'm like, did that number change when he go to New Orleans? Or what did New Orleans present him with? And did he be like, okay, let me just do the little hometown discount, prove myself once again, and then take it from there. Like, it's a lot of things that do happen behind the scenes that make you be like, what it's gonna be. And I know we treading on thin ice, but like, also at the same time, I'm like, if they want to make something happen, they can make something happen, because you still want to be able to, if cap is really like that huge of an issue, even though I know it's real, you still want to be able to sign these guys if that's what's the case.
Thank you.
Exactly.
So did y'all hear a little rumor that owners, they sell, like you said, under the table, like you saying, kind of like put money under the table to be able to free up and get these guys with that? Because I heard that going around too.
I wouldn't quote unquote say that they'll do that, because then you even though it's within your own team, you tampering into that type of way. Like, money, like your personal money, you can't throw that on the cap. The cap is its own little bubble.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I've been hearing that was a big reason why Tom Brady left. They said that Robert, he wasn't selling enough Kraft macaroni and cheese up there, and at Gillette Stadium. They said that he wasn't getting paid enough money. I heard that Tom Brady was getting paid under the table.
Now, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It was like, now there is that paying under the table, as in you're getting what you're getting on your contract, but he also giving you something on the side. You know what I'm saying? Like that goes on, because I'm gonna tell you right now, Jerry been doing that for the longest. I'm gonna tell you, because look, I know I'm not the only one. For the first time in a long time, when this offseason kicked off, that they now all of a sudden close to the cap. They in cap trouble. Dallas. Dallas, the reason their cap was always high, because they were getting their contract, but he was paying them too. It looked like he done eased up on that now, and they like put it all on the cap. Then that cap come to dwindling down.
All right, Lo. So I'm gonna kick it off. I'm gonna kick this question off to you first, from Padre, man. Since he come from your channel. I remember that name from over there. Which of last year's rookies do y'all think will show the most growth this upcoming season? We want to get your mindset on it.
Oh, man.
I think we're going to agree on the same person, on the same people, but what you think?
I mean, so that was the thing about last season. We really didn't get a chance to see much of the rookies. Like Richie Grant, we really didn't see him. I think we've seen a little bit too much of Jalen Mayfield.
Entirely too much.
Entirely too much of Jalen Mayfield. But yeah, like the Drew Dalmans, like we didn't really get a chance to see too many of these guys. It's like Arthur Smith and Dean Pease. It's like they're saying that, look, we want to cultivate that talent slowly. So in a sense, a lot of these rookies, it's going to be like their rookie season, as far as on-field experience, this season moving, if they get time this year.
Yes.
But man, who I think will show the most growth, whenever you starting from -0 and you trying to come up, I guess I would say Jalen Mayfield. I feel like he could get better. I think it's nowhere but up for him.
Yes.
He had a chance to deal with the NFL speed and the NFL strength. I'm not saying he's going to be good, but I think that he would be better.
I would have to agree. And one person I had in mind, because it seems like when he got his opportunities, he shined. And the one guy that I have in mind on that note is Ogundeji.
Yes. Yeah.
He shined, sparingly. He played well beyond what his draft stock is. Also, what I'm going to say about this one player, it always doesn't translate into being better on the field, but I love that I see the willingness, and that's Taquan Graham.
Yes.
Taquan Graham is killing it this offseason. Would it translate to him getting on the field? I hope so, because I want to see what it amounts to.
He flashed a couple of times last season too.
Yes, I want to see. But the one person who I love the most out of all of them didn't get the feel like that, and that's Darby. His energy is just infectious, man. His energy is just infectious. But it seemed like when he did get his targets, he puts me in the mindset of a possession receiver.
Yeah.
You're going to get to that first down marker, you get it to him, strong hands and all that. I would really like to see him get an opportunity.
He's going to have to play this
year. Yeah,
ain't no way. We ain't got no wide receiver. Yeah. Really.
Now,
he going to have to play.
The other player I'm finna bring up, it took him a lot much longer to learn the playbook, and we all know that's Richie Grant.
Yeah.
But if you want my honest opinion, I feel like once he do get it down, and I would hope learning that you did last year and then taking it into this offseason, and then let's just see what training camp rolls around. I feel like once he do get the defense down, which I will hope this year, we have a legitimate baller on our hands if he grabs this defense. Now, this is where it gets tricky when you throw in the draft. 8 roll around. Number 8 pick roll around. You have, because I don't understand this mess with Thibodeau, but I'm gonna get this to you, Lo, and I want your honest opinion on what you would do. Number 8 roll around. You got Hamilton, you got Willis, you got Thibodeau. What do you do?
Man, boy, that's tough. Man, that's tough, man. So you tell me all 3 of those guys will be there?
All 3 of them. All 3 of them.
Then you got the fan favorite Davis.
Give me Thibodeau.
Do you think they're going
Thibodeau?
I agree with that.
Give me Thibodeau.
I would have to agree,
so
because
you're take Thibodeau over Hamilton.
I love Hamilton because he's another generational guy. But how long has it been since we've had that guy coming off an edge? Because true enough,
I can do it to you.
I feel like the secondary did get better because of the Hayward signing. But but why don't we just let it coexist on both ends? Let's have a front 4 and a secondary.
Thank you. Yeah.
Let me have the best of both worlds. I can deal with what I have at linebackers, because it's a linebacker I'm gonna have to talk to you about. Or I've asked you about, it's gonna come around, but let me have that front four and the secondary.
Yeah.
That's God
I
given.
have a complete unit.
Yeah, because that is true. Well, my thing is having a real good secondary is good, but you also don't want them in a situation where they chasing you 24/7 because that you ain't got there.
Exactly, and that's what we've been dealing with.
Yeah, you're gonna get penalties. You're gonna get penalties. You're gonna get all kind of
if you have both.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Can you imagine that?
Because I was a heavy advocate for Sauce.
I was too. I feel
like getting Casey kind of
toned
that down a little bit, because I was like, this is a situation where if you still want a cornerback, which I would find it real hard to do, I would feel like at 8, you would have to move back and then grab a guy like Booth and a defensive lineman. And the reason why I feel like Booth will fall is because he got hurt a couple of days leading up to the combine. So he didn't practice at the combine, and then he didn't practice at his pro day. So you're going to be going just based off of his tape.
Off of tape, exactly.
From the previous year. So, but in that sense, I'm like, since I do have Casey, even though he's like 31, I'm like, let me flood that. Let me get somebody on that line. Let me get a legitimate guy on that line. Because I'm going to be honest with both of y'all. I feel like Thibodeau is better than Aiden Hudson.
Oh, yeah.
That's just me. And if there's another guy up there in that tier 1 who a lot of these people act like they just don't want to talk about, I love Trevon Walker, but it ain't him. Jermaine Johnson.
Yes.
That's the one ain't nobody talking about.
Yes.
And that's the one I feel like gonna make the most. Yes. Yes. People trying to look at him, they're trying to compare him to Brian Burns because they both went to Florida State and that slim frame. One thing about him, that man is long and that man is powerful.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's fast off the edge.
Yeah. He's legit. I don't know if y'all seen his pressure numbers, but like I forgot what his percentage was, but it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous on how often he gets that pressure.
I was just looking at his tape and I'm like, this guy is huge. Then I looked at his measurables. I'm like, okay, he's 6'5". I think he was like in the 250 range, 260, something like that. But I'm like, this man is so long. Yeah. And for somebody to be 6'5" as fast as he is. Yeah. I've seen him play where 2 offensive linemen try to get their hands on him and the quarterback stuck up in the pocket. He worked his way around both of them guys and smacked them. I was like, oh.
We ain't had that in a long time. It's been a long time, boy.
We ain't had that since J.A.
What?
We ain't had that since J.A.
Padre says that Hayward is really a rental, a good rental, but a rental. Terry is set to go BPA, for real during this draft. What y'all think about that?
I feel like it's a situation where you do go BPA. That's why that question right there.
But Sauce Gardner probably won't be the best player if Thibodeau.
He won't. But that also just takes me back to that other scenario with these analysts about wide receiver. What wide receiver is BPA at number 8?
I can't see it.
You let me know when you see it. Let me know when you see it, Sean.
I can't see it, bro. I mean, I'm just saying. I feel like we're gonna draft a quarterback, but I don't feel like it's gonna come with that 8th pick. I'm just gonna be completely honest.
Second round?
I agree with that.
I can see us taking. I can see us taking Ritter in the second round.
I was just about to ask you.
I can see us taking Ritter.
How many of them coming out? You have Willis, Ritter, Pickett, Carson Strong, and who else?
You got the kid from North Carolina, Sam Howell.
Oh, yeah, I forgot all about Sam Howell.
Let's see. You got Pickett, Ritter, Willis, Strong, Howell. Man, it was somebody else on there. I forgot. But those are your big 5. Those are your big 5 right there.
Okay. I'm going to take them 5, and then I'm going to look at this scenario. Like how you said you feel like we're going to get a quarterback. Okay. I'm going to look at teams that I know legitimately need quarterbacks. you have. Okay. You can let me know with these teams if you agree or not. Do you see them?
Did I say Matt Corral?
Oh, forgot about Matt Corral.
That's what we forgot.
Yeah,
Ole Miss. That's what it was.
Okay, so
Everybody
that's 6.
Yeah, that's 6.
Okay, so do you see Detroit rolling forward with Jared Goff?
No.
Do you envision the Giants moving forward with Daniel Jones?
Yes.
Do you see Seattle moving forward with dude they got from Denver?
Lynch? No.
Not Lynch. Not Lynch. Drew Lock.
I mean Lock. My bad, Drew Lock. Yeah. No.
And then do you see Pittsburgh going forward with Trubisky?
Man, I don't know. I can see it working out with Trubisky, but all this talking that I've been hearing about Mike Tomlin meeting everybody, meeting every quarterback, it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
And this one, do you see Philly moving forward with Hurts?
Yes.
Okay, so those teams, you got the Lions. The only team that you have to worry about, like, legitimately, as far as, like, quarterback in front of you, I would say is Detroit. Do I think they'll grab one at 2?
No, they ain't taking quarterback at 2.
I feel like if there's any quarterback in the top 10 that automatically needs a quarterback, it's Seattle.
Yes.
Which is who is at 9. Don't know which way Carolina going to move. Don't know which way the Giants going to do because they didn't pick up Daniel Jones' 5th-year option. But they have a new head coach out there.
So they got 2 picks in the top 10?
Yeah, they pick at 5 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
So
that could be.
The Jets do too. I think the Jets pick at 6 and 10.
10, I think. Yeah.
But the Giants trying to trade one of them picks. They're trying to trade the 7th one.
Trying to trade down.
Yeah, I ain't trading up for nothing.
Oh no, I ain't moving up one pick. They can get that up right there. Let's till fire where they made. They can keep that right there.
Because I know you've seen that little crazy thing that made his rounds talking about us trading with Houston to the number 3 spot to get Kenny Pickett. From a guy who worked at NFL Network, I said, you done lost your way, player.
Kenny Pickett. First of all, I don't like the whole fake slide thing. I feel like anybody who do a fake slide, I do not want them on my team.
Yeah, both of y'all last. Just explain to me. I know why, but explain.
What? Why? Why what?
Like, y'all don't like the fake slide, right?
You hit it first, Lo, and then I'll tell Lo from.
Well, so for everybody that don't know, Kenny Pickett was the second to the last game or last game in his college football career. Was running down the field, running down the middle of the field, acted like he was going to slide, then pulled back up and kept running. I feel like that breaks all ethics codes in football. The slide is meant to protect the quarterback. I feel like that's a little bit of bending the rules. If he tries something, first of all, if he tries something like that, from the folks that I know, next time, whether he slide or not, he getting cracked open. But I just don't. I don't feel like that's a quarterback move. I don't feel like that's a move. I don't feel like you're playing with integrity. I don't want that on my team. Be completely honest with you.
No,
Tonio. He said they're like, shoot, it's cool with me. Like,
you gotta think about it, man. Say. Because, we all play some sports. So, say you a safety, and you getting ready like, oh, quarterback coming? Oh, yeah, I'm about to tear him to pieces. Like, he right down my grasp, but he fakes like he's about to slide. So, now you a defender. You're like, okay, I got to kind of stop now, because if I do hit off on him, that's a penalty. It ain't going to go my way. Then for you to completely stop and then he slightly go back up and keep running, I mean, ain't no way that you can answer that from a defensive side, because you You were preparing for him bracing himself, so you were bracing to hit him.
But
and it also puts you at risk for injury too. Don't forget about that.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. Because let me tell you this: you have some players that think like that, but then you have some players who don't think like that. He could be faking like he going into that slide, and what if that defender gone ahead and lunge? It ain't no guarantee him fake sliding gonna get him out of the way of that contact. And just by the simple fact that you even fake to bend that knee, that helmet and them shoulder pads, all that coming straight toward that.
Yeah.
You tear that leg all up. Then what? All over a fake slide.
Or it's one of those cases where it's like you coming in. We know people who they come in, they don't keep their head up. You got one of those safeties, the cornerbacks coming in, and he's faking the slide, and he pops back up, and he catches that hip bone. Y'all know that hip bone. That's the strongest bone on the body.
Yep.
You catch that hip bone. If the crown of that head hit it, you done. You finna fall on the ground and do the dead dog, because it's one of those cases where y'all done had it before. Y'all done hit that dead dog. You get that neck, you fall on the ground.
You're like, I can't move it. Like, not to make fun of, but you're like,
it's true.
Can't move. It's
true. It's ain't that the same injury too had?
Yeah.
The same injury, yeah. So it's just like it's too many. It's way too much. It's way too much of a risk other than a reward when you're doing stuff like that.
Exactly. And I feel like that's the only reason why people start talking about him.
Luckily, in his case, it worked out.
Yeah,
but that ain't always the situation. Nah. That could have turned ugly real quick.
I mean, because like I said, it's an injury risk for the defender and the quarterback, because of that defender, he's about to come in and he has to pull back. That's how you pop something right there. If you're coming in full speed and then you have to pull back off of it, that's how you tear and pop things. So it's like, I really don't like it. I do not want that kid on my team. If we get him, you know what I'm saying? I support the Falcons and everything. I ain't finna get naked for him like a lot of these Falcon content creators got naked for Matt Ryan. But with that being said, I definitely
Okay, hello. I have my own thoughts on what I'm finna ask you, but I want your honest opinion with it.
Okay.
And it has nothing to do with skin color. I want people to know that right now. It has nothing to do with skin color. Do you feel like getting a guy like Willis at number 8, do you think that would be a cultural reset? And do you think it will bring fans back in, even though they know he won't be starting that first year?
Yeah, I think so. If they went ahead and got Malik Willis, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, if they would have got, like you were saying last year, if they would have got Justin Fields, that would have brought a lot of people back to the stadium. I go there every Sunday, man, and it's like I be hearing like my neighbor, where I got my season tickets beside, like they said the last game of the season, they said if Matt Ryan comes back next year, you won't see us again. That's what they told me. That's what they told me. So I mean, go ahead, Tom.
I mean to cut you off. I'm gonna hand it right back to you in a second, but I think that was the whole ordeal with the whole Deshaun Watson situation. Like you were saying earlier, you think that's an off the blank move to get people back in them seats, because we seen and heard people say, man, if we land Deshaun Watson, we buying season tickets, we doing everything. So the same thing might happen with Willis.
Yeah, I get that, but see, his neighbor with the season tickets told him that the last game of the season.
Before that. Yeah. But go ahead, Lo.
Oh yeah, I think that more people would come. I feel like it would be a cultural reset if they took a homegrown kid. Because think about it, that was the main reason why we didn't get Deshaun Watson. I mean, why we were trying to get Deshaun Watson. He was a homegrown kid. Arthur Blank loved him and everything like that. So if you get Deshaun Watson 2.0 and Malik Willis, who has great character, He fits Arthur Smith's system, apparently, and he's from Atlanta. I mean, I feel like it would be a reset. I think that people would come to watch. I mean, what y'all think?
I mean, I agree. And then as far as like that good character, that ain't no fluff job because his little video went viral. He on his way to the combine, that homeless guy was on the side of the road. I don't know what it was that he was giving him, but he gave him a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. He gave that guy a lot of stuff on his way to the combine when he could have easily walked past that guy. And then I remember when that lady had that interview with him, and he was saying how he grew up a Falcons fan. He was tailgating at every home game. He was going to every home game. And then you had my guy. Then you had one of my favorite players as of right now with the Atlanta Falcons. AJ Tyrell come out and it was like, yeah, I know I can't control what we pick at number 8, but that was my quarterback in high school because a lot of people don't know AJ Tyrell used to play wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I never knew that.
Yeah, he was playing. He was when he was out there at Westlake, if I'm not mistaken. That's what it was at.
Yeah, Westlake.
Wide receiver.
That was my wife went to school.
You know, in high school they have you playing every position anyway, so it ain't no
problem. Yeah. So Tyrell, it was an old clip that showed up of Malik Willis bombing that thing about 40 yards. Tyrell burnt this guy downfield and caught it in the end zone. So
AJ Tyrell, you want to play on both sides of the ball again?
We might need you to.
So even like Tyrell was bigging them up, and I feel like that's a move. You really can't go wrong with because one thing about Malik Willis, that kid is strong.
Yeah,
he is strong.
Yeah,
it's not like even besides the bombing of the arm, besides just the outright nasty athleticism he has. That boy is strong, and I'm not talking about up top. I'm talking about down low.
He has like the stature of being way more mobile. He's gonna be tough to bring down, even if he's still standing.
He's
what I mean?
He's a mobile quarterback who's very stout.
Yeah.
Built like a running back, but he's a quarterback.
He reminds me of Steve McNair. Like if I wouldn't have known who he was, if I wouldn't have known who he was and just watching him out there throw, I would have thought it was Steve McNair. Like that, that's the way he looks.
And my thing is with him, the reason why I say, yeah, of course, you know what I'm saying, because he needs some work, but I can be like, that kid can be the next big thing. Because the things that he need help with, those things that are helpable, you know what I'm saying? Like, time in the pocket, going through all your reads, you know what I'm saying? Other than saying that first read and taking off running. And I was like, I wanted a lot of people to realize that if y'all look at his tape when he's scrambling, that man's not scrambling to run. He's still trying to look to see if he got somebody open. That's that Russell Wilson effect. And I love that. I love that. I don't like the Lamar Jackson effect, running because you're trying to make a house call. No.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, once I get the running back there, that defender gonna take a peek back to try to see where the quarterback at. So he gonna hesitate.
Exactly.
He gonna stop. You know how many times I've seen Russell Wilson have a guy wide open because of that?
Yeah.
I'm talking about wide open. Nobody within 10 yards.
Nobody even in the picture on the camera.
Because this would be happening. That wide receiver will be running to the sideline. If he runs to that sideline, that corner will take a look back. He see Russell moving, boom, he go upfield.
Go. Yep.
Next thing you know, when he look back, by the time that defender look back, see where the wide receiver at, way down there. He already celebrated
touchdown. He watching the touchdown just like us.
Then look, this their favorite move right here.
You know what I said?
Like it's somebody else's fault.
y'all got a point on that, man. Russell Wilson, if you think about it, the quarterbacks that's coming after him now. I mean, Josh Allen can run, but even in his play style, he don't necessarily just like look around. Yeah, they got plays designed for him to run.
Yeah. But
when he's scrambling away out of that pocket, he's still looking to hit you over the top. You got Mahomes still looking to hit you over the top. Now you got Malik Willis. Next year you got Bryce Young. Them type of quarterbacks that they can move if they want to.
Yeah.
But they trying to get the ball over your head. They still trying to be a quarterback at the end of the day.
Like I give you one right here. This is a quarterback who really don't do a lot of moving in the pocket, but if he needs to, he would take off. Prime example is Joe Burrow.
Yep.
Yeah, Joe
Burrow. Joe Burrow won the Now, if it collapse, he will take off. But that his game ain't predicated on that.
Exactly. Aaron Rodgers, same thing.
Oh, yeah, because people forget just for Aaron Rodgers, for his age to be whatever his age is, he still has a good amount of speed on him.
Yeah.
What I have to say about that is I think some fans have us misconstrued. They think we want a Mike Vick all over again.
And that ain't what it is.
Mike Vick and Lamar, they are the same. We want ones that have that mobility but have that mindset to I'm still a quarterback at the end.
I mean, don't get me wrong. At that time, at that time, it was good because guess what? Even in us losing, Vic brought that excitement.
Yeah,
that's why those games were sold out. Like, who would have? And what I mean by excitement, prime example: Minnesota in overtime. What that man do?
Split them fenders.
What that man do?
Ran in the end zone as he crumbled.
And then I'm gonna give you
shake no hands, man. I follow Vic.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now: his best game as a Falcon. What team you knew was going in the Lambeau in the snow, beating Green Bay 24-0?
We did it.
And you a dome team at that too. You don't even play outside.
Hey, but the thing is, people forget that boy from Virginia.
Exactly.
It's like a dome team. People forget that boy from Virginia. Now
that don't mean nothing though. That don't mean nothing though. Cause Matt Ryan was from Philly.
Hey, Matt Ryan, he can still spin that thing though. Like, you remember that New York Jets game? Shoot, it was raining.
It was raining like crazy.
Yeah. Shoot, like Matt, he kept slinging it. Now he kept slinging it.
Right, man.
I was just like, my thing is like, I just feel like with Malik, you'll get that excitement, and the guy is a good quarterback.
Yeah,
and that's just the perfect homegrown story. Everything happened the way it happened. See, the difference between him and Deshaun Watson is like Deshaun Watson, it would have came with a lot of controversy and a lot of assets and money you gave up. This guy will be coming in as a rookie QB who's right from your backyard, grew up watching you, tailgating at your games on a rookie contract, and can be one of the next best ones out here because he has all the tools necessary.
So do y'all think they
made that everybody? Well, I'm sorry, Tone.
No, I'm saying like Big Low. Do you think they'll make that move?
I mean, to be completely honest with you, I think they would. Like, if they do, I wouldn't be surprised. But I was just going to say that, like, for everybody out there who knocks the young man because he played at Liberty, you got to remember, Bo, he went to Auburn.
Yep.
Like, people forget this. Like, he was supposed to be the quarterback at Auburn.
Yep.
You know, they changed coaches, and like we know the stories of what happened in college football. Whenever they change coaches, they just have their guys.
Yeah.
So it's like he went to Liberty. He liked the program at Liberty, and that's where he decided to go to. And he went there and killed it. But like, don't think this kid don't got the talent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't think, like, people need to realize, like, Josh Allen from Wyoming.
Exactly.
You know? It's like, I don't know who they were playing against.
I mean, it's not even that. Like, did you know the Josh Allen story, right, Big O?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, coming out of high school, this man sent letters to almost everybody. Wyoming was the only one who reached back out.
Yep.
Wyoming was the only one. Like Patrick Mahomes, I'm not gonna sit right here and lie. I didn't know who he was coming out of Texas Tech. I did not know.
Me neither.
The guy who I knew specifically in that draft was Watson.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, why is he falling? I'll word to myself. Why he falling? What's going on? What's going on? And then you got some quarterbacks who showed you that they got that it factor, and that's Joe. Joe is at Ohio State. But he was sitting behind folks. He went to LSU. First year at LSU, it didn't go that good. Next year,
I hated that year.
I
hated that year.
Ran
But they ran through everybody. Everybody even ran through us. They sliced us up, boy.
See, now that's been happening a lot here lately, don't it?
And
no,
and I'm
no. Get beside yourself, man. But nah, I agree with that. With Joe, he just got that it factor, bro. He got that dog in him.
Hey,
bro. Like,
Joe, cool.
Yeah, man.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, like off that same team, Chase get all the praise, but Jefferson is a dog.
Oh God, yeah.
Jefferson is a dog.
Yes.
So who you think? Who y'all think better?
Between Chase and Justin?
Yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I said I don't know if y'all heard me say this before last year's draft. I said Jamar Chase is Julio 2.0. I said that before last year's draft. I said Jamar Chase, man, that's Julio 2.0 right there. Like 6'3", 220, could run every route, like Superman fast.
Yeah.
Like that's that dude. Everybody's like, he ain't gonna be that good, and we seen what he did.
Man, please.
I already knew what it was gonna be.
But you know what though? That same argument was brought up with DK and AJ Brown.
That's true.
Everybody was asking who was gonna be the best. Everybody kept on picking DK. Let's just be honest. DK is a dog, but AJ
that dude.
Oh Lord.
AJ that dude. AJ, I think AJ started to realize he needs a quarterback too. I think he started to realize. I think Tannehill.
He gonna pull on Tennessee, and I'm out of there.
Man, look, man, it's like, man, I'm just like, where we at right now? It's like, we gotta see, because like you got okay, like for prime example right now, you got Mariota as QB1. The reason why I feel like they will go quarterback this year, and this is something that I told him and I told my wife and I told a couple other fans, the reason why I feel like if quarterback falls to them in the second round per se, like you say, or if they do get one at 8, the reason why I feel like they will try to get one this year is because everybody is keep on talking about CJ Stroud and Bryce Young. Mm-hmm. But people got to keep this in consideration. Both of those guys are sophomores. So, yeah, they're going to be juniors next year, but who's to say they're going to want to come out their junior year?
Exactly.
We can't predict that. They could have down years and be like, you know what, I want to stay for my senior year.
Exactly. Because, like, let's say whenever Georgia beats Alabama and they want to try to come back and win the national championship.
First of all, that ain't happening. That ain't happening.
So he can say, hey, I want to come back.
If y'all go win the championship, it better be versus somebody else. You better not just make it. You better not just not.
I like the way you slipped that one in, Lo.
Man, it's coming back with that hammer, man. You think it's gonna really be like that?
Hey, I don't know. That's all. Hey,
you think it's gonna really be like that, man?
Hey, look,
look, these boys is mad.
Let me tell you something. The fact that we got that one on y'all, we're gonna talk about that for life.
I know. I mean, and I mean, like really, really, like respectfully, man. Like, to be honest, you know how you keep going up against the same guy, the same guy. You that underdog. You keep going against the same guy, even when y'all had Rick Smart as y'all coach. Them games, what's his name? The head coach.
Mark Rick.
Mark Rick, my bad. Mark Rick. So y'all was coming close then. Sometimes. But we ain't even touch on that subject. Yeah, but when y'all got Kirby, y'all gotta realize, man, he came right up under Nick Saban. Yeah. So when they made that move, I might have like, oh shit. Okay. Like, let's see how this gonna turn out.
But let's just be honest, because I'm I'm Georgia Bulldog to my heart.
Yeah.
Y'all took Kirby through that process too, because he lost to y'all twice in the same fashion. I never understood that. Yeah. Okay, the Tua thing, cool. Okay, Jalen Hurts doing bad. You put Tua in there, cool. Fool me once good on you. Fool me twice, then that's on me. The next year, Tua's hurt and not playing well. They put Hurts in. They win the same way. I'm like, what is going on?
But here's the thing. I saw so much of the Nick Saban and Kirby. When I say this, like his recruiting style, his recruiting way, like these people that y'all were bringing up, the ones that's known now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, they hitting right on there. First class in recruitment year after year. Bam, 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 bam. I said, one of these years, it's going to add up, bro. And how many times are you going to come to the same person? Get beat up, get beat up, get beat up, get beat up. It's going to be that one time. And I told you, I said, I got a feeling.
Because I was mad after that SEC championship.
They got it set up.
I was 38 high.
To Alabama beats y'all in the SEC championship just for y'all to beat us in the national championship. I told him that.
I'll take that every year.
I told him. And the way that we came and we beat y'all, and I came back right after that, I said, it is not going to play out that same way, national championship day.
Yeah, because that's when they started trying to big up Michigan, the best O-line. And man,
come on, man. We already know who was going to be.
Slayer.
I already knew what time
Slayer
that was.
took Hutchinson to the doghouse in that game.
And look, everybody talk about Aiden Hudson. I'm still looking for him.
Do you? Okay. Ojabo got hurt, so we already know about that whole situation. Do you think he was better than Aiden, or Aiden had him by a little bit?
I think he was better than Aiden myself. I honestly do. I feel like Aiden played lesser competition.
Yeah. Okay. I would agree with that. And then on the second note, even though he tore his ACL, let's try to put him in the mind frame of Buddy, who was at Notre Dame, and Dallas still picked him up, that linebacker, but they just recently let him go.
Smith?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think someone still take that risk and just go ahead and take Ojabo and let him rehab?
Oh yeah.
Because it happened at the combine. It ain't like Jameson and Metchie, in the field of competition. It's later on in the offseason, which is the combine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Somebody gonna take him.
Do you think he falls that far though?
When you say that far, how far?
But because of that, because I know he was projected to go in the first.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's falling out. He ain't going in the first. No, he ain't going in the first. But I will tell you that somebody like one of these made teams, one of these LA Rams, Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs, somebody like that, they're gonna take them. They just gonna let them see it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, and then as far as the Chiefs, they are the team, and it's ringing in my head. They are the team they're gonna take Jameson.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna take
coming. That's coming.
Or something like that.
Because even though we all know they need help on defense, they're gonna take Jameson. That's gonna forever be wide receiver city.
Yeah, they're gonna take Jameson. I heard that Julio was talking to him one time.
He was?
Yeah, I heard Julio was talking to him one time.
Well, then, what was going on with this whole Tom Brady trying to recruit him? Did he not get back at Tom Brady or what?
Man, I don't know. I don't know what Julio doing, bro. Julio, he walks by the beat of his own drum.
Because he's not talking to nobody. Because just like today, New England was saying that they was keeping in contact with OBJ. But I heard that. I guess that fell apart, and then Miami. I don't know what they on. I don't care how good, how not good any of that. I'm not trading them within my division.
Nah, I can't do it.
I'm just not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I can't do it. If Julio's smart, he'll go to Indy. If he's smart, like him and Matt Ryan already know each other. They need wide receiver.
But you know what? Also, if he go there, that's gonna also let y'all know that, not per se y'all. That's also gonna let a lot of people know that there was no beef with them too. That was front office.
But you know,
that made Julio
Atlanta
one that
Falcons fans, man. You know, some of y'all out there always created that narrative, which we really didn't know if it was him and Matt Ryan, him not feeling that Matt Ryan can get him the ball deep down the field or whatever. But my thing is, how he gonna get you the ball? How he got a connection, you know, with Ridley, Alameda, Russell Gage, shot it down the field, no problems. But almost every time later in his years, when they came to Julio, it was always a mishap, or the ball would be too far over, too much behind too. But it just like it came around those times where Julio wasn't really practicing like that either.
Yeah, that's why that deep ball that
it was lost.
It was never on.
But
cue.
Remember earlier in his career.
Oh yeah,
that thing was on cue with him.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Julio wasn't practicing, man. Like you got to gauge them boys. You got to gauge them guys' speed. Now I will say this right here though. I definitely think that the narrative was between Calvin Ridley and Matt Ryan. I think there was something there, honestly.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I think there was something there.
Yes.
Like you can tell by the way Calvin Ridley is like body language. Like whenever it was a bad throw, he'd be looking like, man, see.
Yeah, because I remember one particular play when Ryan had overthrown, so then he was looking dead at Calvin, and he was like, that's my bad. I got you on the next one. And he did, because that connection with them from day one was just like, let's just be honest, he had a better deep ball with Alameda than he had with Julio.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Marvin Hall. Marvin Hall. What's his name? Teddy Gabriel.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's a turbo boy.
That hurt me right there too.
I would just put it to you like this. See, it's going to be hard coming across another 2016 type draft.
Thank you.
Because I'm gonna be honest, when we got Neil, I said, who? Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, who?
Hey man, don't tell the Florida Gator fan down here that
they're gonna jump on you. And then Deion Jones, I was like, all right, man, what are we doing? But I couldn't say nothing when it was all said and done, because you got Keanu Neal, you got Deion Jones, you went and got Tevin Coleman, you got Austin Hooper, Brian Poole was undrafted, Devondre Campbell. It's like
Grady Jarrett.
Grady Jarrett didn't come in 2015.
He was 15, I believe. Right?
Oh, he was 15.
I'm about to
you're right. He came with Vic.
Beasley, didn't he?
He came with Vic. Yeah, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, and it was like, I'm like, it's
15.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard pressed trying to get another draft like that. But I'm just like, you know what? You don't even have to fully out. Just go do that. Just those first 5.
That's how you got hit on.
You're 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. You gotta hit that.
You got to.
You have to. Like, there should be no reaching whatsoever with any of those picks.
Man, but you know what though? It's like last year I felt like we reached in the draft. But I see why now. A big reason is because they didn't go to the doggone senior bowl. I mean, I didn't know that. I'm just learning this just now.
They went to pro days, but this is another thing. When they went to pro days last year, because of the combine was still shut down and all that. When they went to pro days, it was just Justin Fields, Trey Lance. They even went to Trevor Lawrence pro day. They went to all the quarterback pro days except for Mac Jones. And then when that same day they went to go see Justin Fields, Arthur Smith didn't go with them. He went to Florida to go down there, the Florida pro day, you know what I'm saying, with Pitts.
Yeah. And
them was the only ones that they entertained, because also at that same time, a lot of pro days weren't going on because of outbreaks in the whole nine. So I'm like,
I remember that.
Your best opportunity, best opportunity could have been, the Senior Bowl. But we're gonna let y'all live off that. We're gonna let you live, but guess what though? You ain't do nothing but just shorten that leash. So now, this year, with all the pro days that y'all did attend and all that, and all the analysis y'all got, and y'all using y'all own big board, I need to see something.
This all
got to.
I got to see something.
That's all on them.
Because I get what Terry's saying about BPA, but I feel like with as many holes we have, you really can't go strength on top of strength.
Yeah.
Because your roster is depleted. That's why I was like, that kind of knocked Sauce and Stingling them all out the box because they went and got Casey Hayward. So now you need to start looking at your D-line. Right now we're not in a position to go strength on top of strength.
Right.
We don't have that luxury. You know, but if you start off with this draft hitting everything correctly, you know, 2-3 years down the line, then you know you can let me know something.
Exactly.
Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. This year alone is going to impact what type of free agency you have next year.
Yes.
With the money that you will have, it's going to impact. Players are going to look and be like, do I want to go there? Do I want to stay put? And it's going to happen with a lot of rookies, but guess what? It's the situation. It's the situation you're in. You willing to take this on the chin and roll with it, so now you got to make some of it.
Right. Exactly. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I've heard stories of defensive linemen saying, yeah, I want to go to this team because their secondary is legit. Now, I've also heard stories of defensive linemen saying that they want to go to this team because the secondary is not legit. Because some defensive linemen, they're trying to get the numbers and they say, oh, well, they ain't finna get no picks. That means we're gonna be on the field a little bit more. So it's a catch-22 kind of situation. But
it's like you just gotta, whoever you get, you gotta bank on that working out.
Yeah.
You gotta bank on it working out because you know you really can't gauge players on, you know, if they dare not like if it's one player who I can gauge right now, that's Deion.
Yeah.
That's Deion Jones, is because like I see no effort. When he shows effort, plays are happening.
Yeah.
But when he's lackadaisical, it's just like, why you on the field? And that's why I was going to ask you, what do you think needs to be done with him? Because I'm going to be perfectly honest. I can't see us going into this year paying him on that money that he has.
I mean, to be completely honest with you, bro, the Falcons would be better off running the 4-3 defense. The Falcons will be better off running the 4-3 defense with the personnel that we have right now.
Yes.
It's like if we try to run, first of all, if we're running 3-4, then we got to draft linebackers. Mm-hmm. Like we have to draft multiple linebackers because you know we lost Fourier, who was a huge part, who played multiple positions on the linebacker core. But if you just look at this team right now, we're better suited to run a 4-3 defense.
Well, like how you just said, you know, about us running the 3-4. If that's the case, would they even be able to afford to lose Grady?
I mean, and that's the thing. It's like if we run the 4-3 opposed to the 3-4, it fits Grady better.
Yes.
So it's like, you know, if we do change over, then I don't think we could afford to lose him.
Because what I'm looking at is I'm just going by this narrative. This is the last year of his deal, and I would welcome an extension, but I'm not on that side of the fence of where you play your last year out, and then we let you test the market for a little bit, or I'm not finna franchise tag you because that's gonna be ridiculous, but
yeah,
I'm not even finna let you test the market for a little bit because then somebody might be willing to overpay. True enough. They said we're going to be top 4 in cap space, but that still don't mean I'm trying to flood all of my money into one of the oldest guys on defense just because I have it.
Exactly.
I want to be in the position that Indianapolis is in. And what I mean by that, Indianapolis, the last 3 years have had $70+ million in cap space.
Yep.
Now, when it's a piece that they really want, they went and got. Like when they gave up their first rounder to get that defensive lineman from the 49ers.
Butler.
Yeah, because that's the year the 49ers used that first rounder and they went and got Kinlaw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I still feel like Indianapolis run that trade. Yeah. Just like I feel like right now, I feel like from how they owner and general manager talking, I feel like they are the lead. They are in the lead race of getting Tyrann Mathieu. But you can do stuff like that
when you have to.
When you not only when you sit on that cap, but you just pick here and there, but then they putting that team together because they know how to draft as well.
Exactly.
Like everybody let Jonathan Taylor fall, and look at her now. Stop. Everybody let Jonathan Taylor just tumble on down.
I was watching. I was like, man, come on, y'all don't see this kid. Man, this kid is a first round pick. Like what?
We didn't need him.
Exactly. I like, so you rolling with Mike Davis. That's what we doing. We rolling with Mike Davis. All right, now.
It's what happened? It's the same thing when Michelle and Chubb came out. Chubb just kept falling.
Kept falling. I'm like, y'all don't see that Chubb he's legit. Like, y'all don't see that this is a complete running back right here.
They saw it that day. He ran like 92 yards on us.
True fun. Politely just got out the way. He just
Excuse me. You go ahead. I'm sorry.
Pardon me.
Yeah, that's why I was like, all I can say, man, is this drive here is going to be very, and I do mean very entertaining.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, you got speculation out there where Pittsburgh met with all these guys and they talking about, possibly moving up into the top 10 to get somebody. Do I want to fall that far down the board? No. But would I take all that extra compensation?
Now, which pick do Pittsburgh have?
I can tell you. I know it's in the 20s. I know that much. I can let you know. I can let you know, right?
Shoot. I mean, because it's like if we look at how much money we still have in cap space, it seems like they're going to be drafting a lot of people. Like, so maybe they're trying to build up that draft capital. But I mean, shoot, I'll trade down. I would definitely trade down.
He's looking it over right now.
It's one of those things, man, where it's like, we just like we were saying earlier, like we just need a team reset, bro.
Pittsburgh, you're right. Pittsburgh is at 20.
Okay, they're at 20. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, that's one of those things, man, where it's like, hey, I would trade down to 20. If I had a guy in mind that I know that I want, yeah, I would trade down to 20.
Now, I feel like that's what's the name. I feel like that's where what's the name gonna be? Davis.
Oh, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where he gonna be at.
It's like I know that we run those multiple fronts, but I know we primarily run 3-4. But it's like if we keep running 3-4, then I mean I don't see nothing wrong with getting Jordan Davis with the 20th pick. I definitely don't see nothing wrong with that if he's still there.
Yeah,
the fans will love that.
The fans would love it. That's one way to get butts in the seat and take care of some of your needs because your boy Tyler Davidson just wasn't it. He was not the move.
he was not. He was not.
He can go back over to New Orleans.
Man. Now you said that there was a question that you wanted to address at the end that your wife was asking about, Tom.
Oh, I think the question was, and I was gonna let y'all hit off on that before we get off of this thing. Let me see where is it? All right, here it is. For my wife right here, it says, do you think we could possibly have our worst, season right now, pre-draft, before the draft?
Well, I could tell Keith this right here that no matter how bad the season is or how bad it could be, it would not be as bad as the Saints' worst season. So you can let her know that. Tell her it will not be as bad as the Saints' worst season. So, you know.
Yeah, man. And I don't know about it being our worst season, but you know, it don't look so good right now. But
I mean, right now, Atlanta, like, because I'm on Spoke Track and they're the most reliable. Atlanta Falcons has $4 million in cap space.
Ooh, that's it.
Yeah.
Golly, I thought we had more than that.
Yeah, that's ranked for 27. I mean, because below us you have Buffalo Bills with $3 million, Tennessee Titans with $2 million, San Francisco with $1 million, the New York Giants with $777,000, and then New England with negative $334,000.
Golly, boy.
So something with Grady
Something need to happen.
Has to be done.
Yeah, something got to shake.
Whether that be you know, trade or extension. And I feel like, oh, they need to cut what's the name too. I still don't even know why he's on the roster.
Who that?
Kendall Sheffield.
I don't know, boy.
I had so much, you know what I'm saying? I had so much, you know, hope
we
for
all
him.
thought he was gonna be one of the ones that, you know,
was
gonna be something.
Because like with Grady, when you look at it right here, saying the base salary for this year is $16 million. No signing was $4 million. Option was $1 million. Restructure will be 1,000. Will be $1 million. The cap hit will be $23 million.
Oof.
Dead cap would be $7 million. So if you was to quote unquote possibly trade him, that's like $23 million you opening up.
Yeah.
What, $7 million
After that $7 million dead cap.
So what? That's
16.
About 14. About 14, 15 million along with the. We'll just say about 14 with the 4 that you already have. That'll put you at 18. That's more than enough the same draft class. But if you, I'm just like, but if an extension, I don't know how to pull that up on how much they would save if they extend them.
Man, I thought for sure we had more cap space than that. See, that's the same conversation I have with myself every week. You know, whenever I look at my checking account, I'd be like, man, I thought I had more money than that.
You gotta remember we bargain shopping. That's why all this bargain shopping is happening. That's why all the bargaining shopping is happening. That's why we getting all these players now. Like who? What? Who are you?
Hey man, just like Rashad said, it's like we got guys with chips on their shoulder because they got to try to prove themselves.
You know, like Alden Tate and Marcus Mariota and Damian Williams, those guys.
Yeah, you know, Damian Williams. I know he sit out last year, right? Or did he actually play?
He played with Chicago.
Okay, he did play with Chicago. Okay. Now the year before that, did he sit out?
That was the year he was with Kansas City.
I thought he set that year out due to COVID.
I don't think he did.
Because last year was 2021. He was with them, and then 2020, who was in that Super Bowl? Who was that? Tampa and
that was Tampa and Kansas City, wasn't it?
I think he got hurt because I know Edwards Hilaire was the guy that year. I think he got hurt.
Okay. Because I thought
he either got hurt or he sat out.
Okay, I thought after they won the Super Bowl, he sat out the season.
You know what? He probably could have.
Ain't no telling. But yeah, man, you never know, man. You never know.
Well, Fit Low Country, man, we really do appreciate you coming on, man. I know we just getting our feet off the ground here, you know what I mean? And we really appreciate you coming on, man. Can you tell the people where to find you, how to find you, where to get in touch with you.
Yes, sir. I am at Biglowkuntrysports. I'm sorry, I'm from the country, so it's spelled Kuntry. I didn't realize I was spelling it wrong until I graduated from college. But Bigelow Country Sports on YouTube, at Bigelow Country on Twitter. I definitely appreciate y'all for inviting the old country boy on to talk about some sports with y'all, man. I definitely appreciate it, my brothers.
No problem, man. We definitely, I've been a long time fan, and he has too. You know what I mean? We've been watching your stuff. I catch almost every video. I was in there with just you and me and your wife.
Yeah, we all started from the bottom together, bro.
From the bottom together.
Back in the day,
go ahead
and sports.
Tell the people. Go ahead and tell the people, where to follow you at again.
Oh yeah, once again, man, it's at Lil G29 _ That's on Twitter. Again, that's at Lil G29 _ on Twitter. It is down low in the description box.
Yes, sir. And like I said, if you want to smoke, man, I'm known to be that guy called Tyrell Artist 404 in the Madden community. Go ahead and hit that link and hit that subscribe over there, or just like a video or two. I ain't gonna force you, man, but we appreciate y'all coming out, watching us, chiming in, and we appreciate, our wives and stuff for supporting. We appreciate you for being a supporter too, Bigelow. Appreciate that, man. Oh, yeah, man. You're always showing love, and no matter what we do, so we appreciate that, man. And this is the Extra Point Podcast.
Oh yeah,
and we out.